All right, roll call 219 here. And I know YouTube's going to get all mad and cry like a baby, but to show you again that the back straps are here, you go over here, you grab the loins. This is what they look like. So this is a doe. Pretty nice back straps there. Pulled a little bit of the brisket. Here is some roast. The top, I got the top and the bottom off, and then this one is a little shoulder roast, whatever you want to call it. I've already dissected this, which is the shoulders, the front shoulders. This one's got a lot of trauma because I put the shot through the front shoulder on the right side. And then you have your grind. Your grind bucket, you want to try and make it as clean as possible. I'm looking at some of this stuff, and it looks pretty good. A lot of trimmings that it's going to have to give off. This is a little bit of the rib meat there. But some of this stuff is going to have to get trimmed out because you don't want this fat in there. So a little bit of this stuff get trimmed up. That's down. And then, again, you have your hams here. Sorry if my light's too bright, but it's kind of dark in my garage. And you can see I took everything off of here, off this section here, and now I have this piece of roast here. And if I can show you here, this is the booty. That's the booty. And then right here, as you see that, how that just comes up there, and how that just comes back down here. And then you work your way around. And then you'll come to the tailbone. I don't know if I can get that off. There you go. Sometimes it'll just come apart. You know, this animal's designed just to come apart. So you'll have this part and then this part if you want to make a roast or something. I got a lot of hair on this deer. Gutted it and everything else, and you know. But the breaking down the process will take a while to do. But in the end, it'll benefit you a lot more breaking down your own deer. I just read a story on Facebook today where this guy took his stuff to a processor and ended up getting less than what you could be doing here, and then had like a package of fish or something thrown in there. So those people were like real bad scumbags, and they pretty much stole his meat. So when you start processing and going through the first motions of it, it'll get better and better and better and better until you know it's like this, where you're leaving nothing on the bone. Like I've snatched a little bit of the spinal meat out of there, like right here. Snatch a little bit of that stuff out, throw it in my grind. Hopefully I can get an extra, bag of grind or something out of there. If I'm not going to make anything like super good, like spaghetti or something. But this doe had a lot of fat on her. I mean, she's got fat in between fat. I mean, that's the fat bucket there. So it's a long, tenuous process, but you can do this yourself. All you need is a gambrel and then hang her up there and get to work. I thought her back straps were going to go a little bit more further into the roast, but they didn't, because I like to take the roast out of there and then, have a little bit of back strap left on there, but, there's not too much. There's about that much more, and then you hit roast here. So not a whole lot on her. She wasn't very big. I'm gauging her at about a year and a half at most. She was lactating. When we took the goo out. So, I mean, she was on her way to bulking up for the winter, and she probably could have nursed some, abandoned fawns or something like that later on in life. But unfortunately, she made the mistake of walking in front of me. So, your processing, you can do it whatever way you feel necessary to do. But if you do it yourself, you're going to really see the anatomy of this deer, and then you're really going to see, the effort it takes to do this and do it right. But I mean, look at that. That's a hunk of meat right there. You know, these tendons here you got to be careful with because you don't want this stuff in there. And then you go to your shanks up here, your shanks here. So, yeah, I mean, the process is a little bit, you know, I mean, if you got a lot of time, it ain't much. But, you know, like me, you know, in between work and doing shifts and stuff, a quick way to do this, my neighbor taught me this, is get yourself one of those little propane torches and then just go over your carcass with a propane torch, and you'll get all these little hairs off there. That's the one thing you don't really want. You don't really want a hair on your meat because, let's face it, nobody wants hair on their meat. But this one, it'll be all right. I'll clean it up at the end of the night. Take off this portion and then give the one half to the guy that I hunt his property, give him some for him and his family, and then we'll take this half for us, and that'll be it, man, for the whole year. So the process isn't that hard. Just do it yourself. Do it yourself. Learn techniques. Another good one to watch is the Bearded Butchers. If you watch those dudes know what they're doing for sure. So there you go, man. The processing of a deer, pretty straightforward. I got a couple of these videos that shows you how to take the back straps and the loins out. So use that for reference. If you're gonna hunt next year and you didn't get anything this year, use that as a reference if you get lucky. So pretty cool. Thanks for watching.